What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Leenda Lucia, and it's time for me to spill the tea. Where the heck have I been? I have not posted on YouTube in probably, I think we're going on almost 5 months now. And I was posting like every week. I was always posting something different. Either I was with Rich at the shop or my car, working on my other Honda. Yeah, always just doing something, but life happened. So for those of you guys who don't follow me on Instagram or on Facebook or don't know me personally, then you're not gonna know that I actually have a little bit of like a health issue. So for 12 years, my stomach has given me such problems that I just go in and out of the hospital and I have no idea what causes it. I have done every single test that the doctors have recommended. I've gone to specialists. I have completely changed my diet. I went vegan, I went vegetarian, I've done gluten-free, I've done everything. And my stomach flare-ups have subsided for like 6 years. So whatever I was omitting from my diet was working until I went to Tulum. I went on a mini vacation with my girlfriend. What month was it at this point? I think it was beginning of September, right? Yeah, beginning of September, I went to Tulum. I didn't drink the water, but I had the ice. Pretty confident I got something there. And then on top of it, it caused a stomach flare-up for me. So I got really, really sick. I was like in the hospital. I went to the ER. I was bedridden for a while. And I just could not get a grip. I was drinking Pedialyte every single day. I was only being able to like have applesauce. Like my stomach could not take anything. I could not eat anything. I couldn't like hold it down long enough for me to be like, okay, I'm in the clear. But prior to that, I had the rally. Most of you guys know that I drive in the Squad Driven rally every year. It's a foundation that I absolutely love. This year was my first year with my BMW and I was super, super excited about it. I got the car wrapped, I got tires, I got wheels, I got it tinted, like I got it all decked out. And this year we went from Maine all the way down to Miami. But I bought the car in March, flew to New Hampshire, got it all jazzed up, drove to LA for an event, and then I stayed in LA for a month, and then I drove all the way back to Boston for the rally. And then the rally went from Maine all the way down to Miami. Well, I had to come back from Miami. So I drove from Miami back up to New Hampshire. So do the math. That is 4 cross-country trips in the span of like a month and a half. So after that rally, I was just so mentally like tapped out. So a lot of you guys don't know, I have 11 platforms. So I have multiple Instagrams, multiple Facebooks. I have my OnlyFans account, and I have my merchandise, of course, that I work on. So there's a lot of moving pieces behind the scenes, especially when you have your own brand. So my team, I ended up letting them go, and I'm like, you know what? I just need to take a break. You know, if I'm not working, then they're not gonna be working. That doesn't make any sense. So I kind of just like pulled the plug on some things, you know, and then fast forward, I got sick. In the middle of me getting sick, I went through a breakup. I was dating someone long distance. We were great, and we just had our differences, and we split up. I was definitely not anticipating the breakup by any means necessary. Left me very confused, obviously had a lot of questions. I was really trying to figure out how to navigate that. So on top of being burnt out, figuring out my health issues, figuring out why my relationship wasn't working, it was just like a lot. So I couldn't figure out how do I stir up the energy, you know, to edit the videos? Like, I want my videos to be authentic. I want you guys to love them, right? And looking back at content, I had no energy, you know, because I wasn't eating because of my health issues. I lost about 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Some people don't lose 20 pounds in a year, but since I could only drink Pedialyte and applesauce and I'm bedridden, you know, it was a lot. You know, and I started feeling a little bit better, and I really invested in journaling every single morning. You know, I really took time to go back to therapy, you know, to kind of just talk about some things that I feel weren't really like resolved yet. Like, I'm aware of a lot of things that happened in my childhood. I'm very aware of where I am now as an adult and like my position in life. But I think that it's very important to still talk about it to someone who literally is so like unbiased, right? But I also have a really strong support system. So Rich, believe it or not, Mr. Richard Rebuilds is actually a nice human. He actually gives really good advice, a little bit of sarcasm, but he has been a really great friend to me, especially the last couple of months, because of just everything that I just felt like, how do I say this? Like, just overwhelmed and burnt out, and just like, one thing after another just kept getting like worse or going wrong, and like I just couldn't get a grip, you know? And I leaned on my friends and family, and I ended up flying to Miami, spent some time with my girlfriends, which I definitely really needed. And then, you know, I came back and was like, okay, we got to figure this out. What are we doing? And then the worst happened. That person that I was dating, of course, we had our closure, we had our conversation, and he ended up committing suicide. And that sucks for everyone that knew him, his family, his children, his colleagues, me, you know. Although him and I weren't speaking, he was still a person that I cared very deeply for, and he had so much things that he just did not speak about, and he thought that taking his life was his only option, and that was really hard for me. So the past 3 weeks prior to Thanksgiving, I completely was off socials. I mean, I would post here and there. A lot of you guys were concerned because a lot of you were like, Leenda's always on social media. Where is she? You know, and I was very thankful for the messages that you guys gave me, especially on Instagram. And navigating that, it's a lot. It's really heavy. I do not understand what was really going on in his life. So I did go through a phase where I blamed myself because I felt like I was so close to him. How did I not know this, right? Like, how did I not know? I could have, if I knew, I could have done this. I could have, like, you can't, you know? And I'm also a 2-time suicide survivor. If those of you guys who don't know, 2011 and 2015, I swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills, and I just didn't think that my life had any meaning. Even at a family gathering, I would still feel super empty and super alone. Like, I'm not contributing to the family. I'm not, you know, I always felt like unworthy, I guess you can say, when that's not the case. And when it comes to men, and I know there's a lot of men watching this, I really want men, and of course women, to understand that you do have value. You definitely contribute something to this world, and even you just smiling at a person today or tomorrow, like, that is just putting out so much great energy. And I want you guys to really talk about your feelings, because when you talk about your feelings, you're processing them in your mind, and that's how you grow wisdom. And it does not make you weak by any means necessary, especially for men. I think I think it's super attractive when men talk about their feelings, so that you're like, whoa, you're aware, you know yourself, like you're giving me a different perspective, you're teaching me something. Like, I love that. And I think women, you know, we are also very hard on ourselves as well, but we're naturally like nurturers, or a lot of us, like myself, I have been through a lot. So I always have to have like a wall up. But as soon as that wall starts to come down, I'm like this big teddy bear, right? But a lot of you guys won't see that unless you're actually around me, because YouTube, I feel like I can just kind of be weird. I can be more myself. And I want to do more content like this, but yeah, it's really difficult. And I wanted to do a life update because it's been so long and there's a lot on this channel that I don't share. And I want you guys to like be more involved in my life, because I know that there's a lot of stuff that I have gone through that you guys have either gone through, you're currently going through, or maybe you're gonna go through, you know? And just being a good person for you guys is really, really important to me, because why not, right? Like, you can look at me like your little big sister, because I'm only 5'2", you know? But yeah, so I just really wanted to jump on here and tell you guys like all of that stuff, and I definitely just vomited at the mouth with everything that's going on, and I'm really trying to make light of it. I know that there's a reason for everything, and I understand that I'm not gonna know what those reasons are, but I'm choosing to not be sad. I'm choosing to not be in my feelings, and that doesn't mean that I'm neglecting them. I definitely have addressed how I felt, processed, you know, why I felt that way. What can I do better moving forward? Like, how can I communicate better? What questions can I ask earlier on when you meet somebody? You know, and just being a good person to other people, because you don't know what someone is going through. Just like you guys had no idea what I was going through. So yeah, I just want you guys to be kind. Be intentional and be patient. Trust the process. That is probably the hardest thing that I have had to learn within the past couple of months, is trusting the process. Don't overwhelm yourself. Do not allow your emotions to cripple you. And I allowed my emotions and my health to cripple me by not posting with you guys, but I definitely needed it for my mental health for sure, because now I feel refreshed in a sense, where my creativity juices are flowing and I have some projects in store. Speaking of projects, I have the rally content that I have to edit for you guys. I have some crazy random stuff with Rich going on that I have to edit for you guys as well. I've started doing some stuff on my Honda Civic that I need to edit for you. I have so much content that I have to edit for you guys, and I'm so excited to do it. It's very time consuming. I'm still like teaching myself some like cool things with the editing aspect of it. So it's gonna take me a little bit of time, but at least don't need to edit this. So that's easy. And then I'm working on brand new merchandise. I am adding to my suicide prevention collection, and I'm launching a What Drives You collection as well, and adding to my angel collection. So I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes. All of my new merchandise will be on my website, LeendaLucia.com. And if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, because I'm far more active on there, and it kind of allows me to plug all of my other platforms on Instagram, which that is at Leenda Lucia as well. But yeah, I love y'all. You guys are literally super, super amazing. But like I said, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and thank you so much for watching. I will be back soon. I promise.